We will have a debate soon about aid to Egypt. I don't know when it'll occur, and I know that y'all are trying to think through the best way to handle that, and we talked a little bit of that about that yesterday or the day before. A lot of times people go down to the Senate floor and they talk about our influence on Egypt regarding the aid, and I think on the other hand some of us talk about our national interest relative to aid. Would you just, for the record, talk a little bit about the influence component with other countries supplying other types of aid, and whether that's what we should look at or whether it's our national interest in how that aid is flowing?
Senator Corker, let me talk about our national interest, and particularly vis-a-vis the relationship with the Egyptian military. And let me say that I've been deeply influenced by some of these issues by my experience in Pakistan, where we cut off assistance to the Pakistani military for 12 years with, in my view, disastrous strategic consequences, because now we have a generation of people that have no contact with the American military and no exposure to our values because of their training here. So I think we have some very difficult political issues to work through. But I think our relationship with the Egyptian military, and in turn their relationship with their counterparts in the Israeli military on the very important issues of Camp David implementation and on border issues and on the situation in Gaza, is really a cornerstone of peace in the region. So I think we have to look very closely at the role of our assistance in preserving our national security interest in Egypt, and particularly in protecting and working with our ally Israel.
So sometimes countries don't do things exactly the way we wish for them to do them, but we still have an interest in preserving the relationship. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir. Often they don't do what we tell them to do, frankly. But we have conflicting interests in many cases, and we have to balance our interests. And in this particular case, the Camp David Accord and its implementation has been really the cornerstone of peace in this region for decades. So it's very important to sustain that, and it's very important to sustain the ties. The ties with the officer corps, not just in Egypt, but in other countries throughout the region.
Well, my sense is, after your experiences, you'll help shape a policy that both helps us influence Egypt in a positive direction, but at the same time maintains our national interest. And I thank you both for your testimony and for your willingness to serve. And as I've mentioned before, I look forward to working with you both.